Hi, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into it, I would like to ask you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed. It helps the channel a lot. I want to thank all of our subscribers for 500 subscribers. Please share the videos and the channel so that we can get to our next goal, which is 1000. Thank family, I appreciate you all. Let's get right into our analysis. Barca were under pressure from the get-go. We were in all sorts of trouble from the opposition. Barcelona tried to keep a narrow shape, but we were being stretched by the opponent. Play were very broken, so it was hard to keep shape. Like in this picture you can see, it's almost as if we had one line of defense. Just look at Eric Garcia's hands, trying to get into a shape. Because we were being stretched, Xavi had his men in a 4-5-1 defensive shape, to allow men to be out wide to cover the space that was they exploiting. Other than that, we had bulk of the possession. We dominated our ground duels as well as aerial duels. We can see the moments in the game flattered the outcome. If we didn't concede those penalties, it's hard to see them score more than one goal. The stats shows that we were ill-disciplined. We made 17 tackles to their 12, but we didn't even win half of those tackles. So it's fair to say that we got lucky in this game, to be honest. 3 penalties conceded in one game. And according to Sports Magazine, it's the first time in our history that we conceded 3 penalties in one league game. Levante line up as 5-3-2, which brought a similar problem as against Frankfurt. They went man-to-man with our front 5, which meant we didn't have a numerical advantage. Frankie played as a pivot with Sergio. That was to allow Jordi to go forward to give width so that Varane and Aubameyang can play as first and second striker. Jordi also made underlapping runs when Varane stayed wide. It was just to give variety. No disrespect to Nico, but he looked out of sorts in this game. And we can't blame him actually. With Frankie already playing, one of Gavi and Pedri should have played to bring creativity in the team. Nico couldn't operate in between the lines like a normal free 8. And that's understandable. He is not a creative player. He often sat next to Frankie and Sergio. So we had 3 defensive players in midfield, which affected our fluidity. Frankie had to go forward, which he can do. He even had a shot from there. But with Frankie being advanced forward, that heavily affected our build-up play because we know how De Jong helps us forward with his dribbling. Everything was left on Sergio now, and it's important for them to being close to each other. And this is why we saw a relatively quiet Sergio. But what won us the game? Xavi has constructed this win for us with 2 brilliant substitutions. So let's see. How exactly did Gavi and Pedri change the game? Alba and Alves started to invert into midfield, which allowed them to go forward to operate in between the lines. Levante's front 2 were already outnumbered in the build-up play. So it was absolutely important for their midfielders to hold their positions and stay very narrow to prevent Barca's free 8s to receive the ball in the half space. They managed to do that really well, and that made them really static. This opened up acres of space on the wings, which we saw Pedri and Gavi exploit. They started dropping into that space not only to link up with the wingers on their respective sides, but to help in the build-up as well because of Frankie not being there to help. So Xavi had a plan. He made their two defenders in the half space absolutely useless. They had no influence whatsoever. The space behind them was frequently targeted by our wingers and free eights. Pedri's goal is a prime example of our free eights creating out wide. And they deserve credit too. Xavi played his cards right, earning a victory which takes us back to second. With the game in hand, we have reached the end of this video. I want to once again thank you all for 500 subscribers. However, not all our viewers are subscribed. I want to ask you politely to please subscribe to the channel for more tactical content from Barcelona's games. It would help a lot if you do. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.